Dramatic water rescue caught on camera. Cobb County Police having to pull a driver from a sinking car.
Yeah, this was some crazy video, and our Atlanta News First reporter Chelsea Beimfor walks us through this new body camera video from the scene.
Cobb County Police are credited with saving a person's life that drove straight into a neighborhood pool. Neighbors watched as police smashed out windows to get that driver out safely, and it was all caught on camera.
I'm at Heritage Park Condos off Barrett Parkway, and somebody just ran through the pool fence.
When this 911 call came in, Cobb County officers sprang into action to save a driver whose car was hovering over a neighborhood pool.
There's a covering over the pool, so he's not sinking. I don't know how long the covering's going to hold.
Neighbors tried to help the driver before police got there. But when officers arrived, they banged on the driver's window and quickly realized the person behind the wheel was unconscious. They busted out a back window to get inside the car. Then an officer pulled the driver to dry land.
It's cold in here, okay?
Hey,
we're gonna get out.
Sir.
Come on. Come on. Let's go. You're home with me, okay? Come on. Out of your pool. Hello, ma'am. I'm Officer Miller at Cobb County Police Department. Can you speak at all?
Once the driver was safely out of the car, other neighbors and officers wrapped the driver in towels, and police say that person was taken to the hospital. Police say the driver is expected to make a full recovery, though they have not released that person's name or further details about why and how that driver ended up in the pool. Reporting in Cobb County tonight, Chelsea Beimfor, Atlanta News First.